Senator Cassidy.
Mr. Cohen, Senator Warren just characterized this as a broken system, and yet in your testimony you say that you point out that unions are winning an increasing percentage of the elections. That seems incompatible with a broken, fixed, unfair system. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I think you are exactly right, Senator. The system is not a broken system. The unions have been prevailing. But if I might add, these proposed rules will change all elections. They are not geared to the 5 to 10% of the cases that go to hearing.
Now, can I pause you there for a second? Ms. Sensor suggests this is best practices. She's out in California, which I will note is one of the most anti-business states there is, with a hollowing out middle class. So if it's best practices in California, would you want to agree with that? Or two, if you do, then why don't we? And if not, why not?
I would not agree with the assertion. There is the General Counsel of the NLRB runs the regional offices. There are standards which are largely uniform. Are there individual variations in particular cases, or if somebody comes up with a reason why they need a 3-day extension of time? But the standards are the same. The regional directors are evaluated based on their compliance with nationwide standards. So I think that is not the case. And if I might, two of the points that have been made in terms of the need to help the middle class and the need to stop abuse of employers by giving them a campaign period of time because they will commit violations. The NLRB has specifically said that neither of those issues have anything to do with these 733 pages of new regulations. The NLRB states that it is all about economy and efficiency, none of the goals that have been alluded to by numerous senators here.
So again, just to repeat that, the main rationale that we've been given is not the rationale used by NLRB to justify this.
That's correct.
Ms. Sensor, I keep on thinking of that poor gal. She's got a business with 10 employees. She's not a member. You mentioned, it wasn't in your written remarks, but you mentioned, well, listen, everybody belongs to a trade association, or many do, so they can call and get an attorney. I can imagine a woman, she's got a Subway. She's got 3 of them. And she's just busting her rear. And she's got 15 employees, 5 of whom are related, and those 5 decide that they want to unionize. She's not a member of, she should be of NFIP, but she's not. And I could also imagine that the union would decide to call the election maybe right when she had to meet with the federal regulator to see if she's got all of her forms right for, you name it, the Affordable Care Act. Or maybe when she's about to buy another business. And so they know she's up to her elbows in this, and that's when they come at her. Would that not be a wise strategy for a union if they wish to, as Mr. Cohen says, tie them up in frenetic activity?
Well, presuming that the union knew when she was going to deal with her federal regulators, and presuming that the union knew when she was going to be purchasing another business.
Small business, that could happen.
It could happen, but in real terms, it's not a question about what's most convenient for her as an owner. The question is, what is it that the majority of the employees in that workplace are interested in having?
How is she going to keep her business, excuse me, just for a second, knowing that the convenience of the owner is of short shift in this answer? Maybe her convenience is important for the business to survive, as that thought occurred.
In general, employees don't like to do anything that jeopardizes their own future employment. They are aware of that as well.
Believe me, I know of examples of businesses shut down because they were organized. I can cite you examples. There's a dairy in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a hulk of a building which no longer exists because it was organized. I know that for a fact. And your face looks quizzical. I can show you the building.
It's not a question of the building. It's a question of how you can so clearly draw that causation, because most unions do not enter into a contract with an employer that's going to result in
reported in the paper. So again, we have someone 15. Do you agree it would be a nice strategy if they did know actually when she was about to open another franchise that this is the one we want to kind of go after? Because again, her elbows are up to that, and now she has to respond to this. Knowing that it's not for her convenience, but still it seems like a great strategy. We're out of time. But I'm just saying, I agree with Mr. Scott. It seems like we have a balance. It seems like it's tilting, and it seems like the convenience of that small businesswoman should be considered if a convenience means her ability to keep her business going. I yield back.
Thank you, Senator Cassidy. Senator